All right, here we go. A little bit of progress. This is some MDF I had laying around. Got some hardware to bolt it up with. Some 1-inch screws. So they're long enough to reach out the bottom to be able to get a washer and a nut on and not touch the amp on the bottom. There it is. It's not nowhere close to the amp, so that clearance there. Clearance there. And get a washer and a nut on. And hold on for a second. Let me pick this amp here up. Then when this is mounted up top here, that's what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna have to, of course, I'm gonna have to center it up. Find out where the center is and center it up, but that's pretty much how that's gonna go. And that wood, what I decided I'm gonna do, I saw some paint that looked like it matches pretty good, so I'm gonna paint this purple, and it's kind of gonna give the illusion that all of this is amp, and you're not just gonna see blank wood there. Hopefully that's how it turns out. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna paint this orange to match the amp, to kind of give the illusion that it's still amp and not just a piece of wood there. That's what I'm hoping on. We'll see how it goes. But the plexiglass, like I said, I scrapped that idea. This is what I'm gonna go with. That wood, mount it to the rack, and then gonna mount the amp to this. I'm not gonna come out that bottom. I'm not gonna come out that bottom with a bolt. I'm just gonna screw into this, because this is gonna be secured into the rack. I'm just gonna use screws to mount the amp. So that's where I'm at now. Again, making progress a little bit by a little bit. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And when I do the paint, probably just gonna go ahead and paint the screw heads too. So all of that'll blend in with the wood. Gonna do it purple here to match this, and orange over here. So, but over here it's gonna be a little different, because I'm not gonna be bolting. The bolts aren't gonna be out here that I'm holding the wood in place. On this one, setting that up there. On this one, the holes are gonna be farther in, because I'm using a smaller amp on here. So to bolt these up, the bolt holes are gonna be somewhere in here to mount the board to the rack. But these is where the amp is gonna be screwed in and held down. So it's gonna be a little different. On this side, which really doesn't bother me. But that's the way I want to go. And the reason I'm doing the JP amp up top and not the Audio Legion is because so the audio legion is gonna be hidden, and the JPs, which are matching amps, are gonna be the ones that you see. So that's why I'm doing it the way that I'm doing it. So there, another quick little video on how things are coming along. Again, like I said, I'm working. It's just when I have the time to do it. But till next time. Alright, I just drilled the holes for the other one. So this is what it's gonna look like on this amp. Those are the mounting holes to mount the board to the rack. Then I'll mount the amp to the board like this. So that's how it's working on this one, which is different from this one. And I took the screws out to put them in this one to show y'all real quick. So that's why that is bolted out there right at the moment. But that's how it's gonna go on this side. So the board is gonna bolt to the rack, and then the amp is gonna screw directly in to the wood. So it's just gonna be screws here holding that in. And again, there's another look at how I'm mounting the board to the rack. And again, this is gonna get painted orange. So when the amp's sitting on it, it doesn't look like it's a piece of wood under there. It's gonna look like it's just one amp, hopefully. Well, there you have it. Not sure what else I'm gonna do today, or if I'm gonna have time to do anything else today. But that's probably the hardest part of what I had to do there, was trying to figure out how I was gonna mount everything now. Now I gotta worry about how I'm gonna put my other components in. Over here I'm gonna have a distribution fuse block that's gonna feed the 4 channels. So at the moment, okay, it's over here. Hold on 1 second so I can get y'all guys can see what I'm talking about. But this is it right here. Matter of fact, I got this thing off Temu. Wasn't expecting it to be as high quality as it is, because I've seen some on Amazon, seen some sold by some other companies, and this seems to be just as well built as those. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. And hold on a second. Allen screws and more Allen wrenches and more set screws came with it. So yeah, we all know how these things get lost. So that's good to have extras. And again, it's really well built. You know, it comes with the fuses there. Those like 50s or 60s. Can't really tell. Or those might be 60s. Couple 30s. And right there it comes with some extra. I think those are 80. And they're just in a little holder there that so you can have spare fuses. But this is the ground side, so it's not fused. You go in 0 gauge. That little ring there comes out, if y'all know. that's just if you want to put a smaller gauge wire in there, that's kind of adapter. But with 0 gauge in there, you would take that out. And again, this is the ground side, so there's no fuses. This is the hot side, which is the power side. 0 gauge in, and you got 4 powers out, which I'm only gonna be needing 3 for the 4 channels, but it's still nice. And it got the little lights to let you know if the fuses are out or blown, so it takes out the guesswork. You can kind of just look in there and see what's going on without having to visually inspect the screws, the fuses, I'm sorry. But again, 0 gauge in, 4 gauge out. You can do 0 gauge in and 0 gauge out. That's what this side is versus 4 gauge. You can do 0 gauge too. But what I'm running is a little too big for that. So I'm not gonna be using this for my sub amp. But again, it's a nice fuse holder. Again, I got it off Temu. I thought it was gonna kind of be cheap, but it's well built. Like I said, this is what I'm gonna use. I find out where I'm gonna put it over here, since I'm gonna have room now. It's gonna go over here somewhere. Not sure how I'm gonna orientate it, but it's gonna go over there, and then it's gonna feed into my amps, and my crossover is gonna go somewhere in this area too. Again, I'm gonna have room for everything. So yeah, that's another piece of the puzzle right there. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna work it in here, but it's gonna get done. I said, like, the crossover's gotta go there, and there's room for all of that now that I kind of got these amps mounted on top of each other. But again, we'll see how it goes, and I'll be back with another video when I got some more stuff to show y'all. Until next time. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm back for the last time today. Just a couple more things I had ordered. I'll let y'all in on it. So 4 gauge OFC. It's from Install Gear. It's 25 foot. I've used a 0 gauge before. Stuff is pretty good for the price, and so decided to go with the hold on, let me bust this open real quick. And I've used some of their 4 gauge before, but I didn't have enough because I'm running another amp. I only was running 2 4 channels, but now I'll be running 3. So there it is. It's real OFC stuff, not that copper clad stuff. Again, the company's called Install Gear. 4 gauge power ground. There's the name right there. Install Gear. They make pretty decent stuff for the price. It's kind of a budget line. but they make good stuff. Matter of fact, I think I got a fuse for that there somewhere here. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be using this. But this I found from the bin store. I found it for $6. Anybody that don't know about the bin store, y'all missing out. It's kind of like Amazon returns, Amazon discontinued stuff. The one here, I'm in South Carolina. The one here, well, there's more than one here, but the closest one is 2 in Columbia. On Fridays and Saturdays, it's $6 days, and that's when they put out new stuff. When I say new stuff, they restock. So Friday and Saturday is the restock days. Those are the good days to get there. Again, $6 for anything you find in there. I found a radio in there, car radio, head unit, Android head unit for $6. Sold it on eBay for about $80. I found an alternator in there. Sold it on eBay for about $70. I found a box of Focus pills, like some, I can't even think of the name of them now, but a whole box. It was a box, and it was 12 individual bottles of 30 pills. When I scanned it in the app, because everything in the bin store has a barcode on it, and you can scan it and go to Amazon and see what the item is, how much it costs, and stuff like that. They don't want you to open up the boxes, so scan, which people do anyway, which makes me mad, because you go in there sometimes and it's something that you think you would be interested in, but it's something missing out because the people open the boxes and got it tossed around in the bin and stuff like that. But back to what I was saying, when you scan it, it kind of shows you on Amazon what it sells for and what the item is. So I scanned that box of pills, and it came up that it sold for $300. So I was like, man, that's crazy. I'm like, okay, this is going in my cart. I'm putting this in the cart. I put it in the cart. I got some other stuff out of it that day, but came home. Was not trying to sell the whole box at one. I was just trying to sell the individual bottles for maybe $20 or something like that. So I put it up, and within 30 minutes, somebody hit me up and said they would buy all 12 bottles for $200 and something. Keep in mind, I only paid $6 for the whole box. So I wasn't gonna try to argue and negotiate on that sale. So I sold the whole box for $200, bought it for $6. And that's the kind of stuff that you find in the bin stores. And lately, wasn't too lucky lately, but I have found some good stuff out of there. So if y'all guys ain't up on the bin store, yeah, find a bin store in your area and go check it out. Again, Fridays and Saturdays is the restock days, so everything is $6, but every day after that it goes down $1. So, and it gets down to $1 days, but people have gone through all the stuff, and it's kind of just the leftover stuff that's left there. But if it's an item that you want and it's in there for $1, you get it for $1. So this I got out of there for $6. Probably sells for maybe $16. Still, stuff like this is good to have. But this is something I bought out the bin store. But again, I was just talking about I kind of was rambling on just now, but I was talking about the install gear. It's made by Install Gear. Solid fuse holder there. I kind of got off subject a little bit. Apologize. So back to what I was talking about. Okay. The power wire. Got off Amazon. Didn't need 25 foot, but it's always good to have extra stuff. So I got that. So I'll be doing this for my runs to the 4 gauge. Okay, set that to the side. Something else. Bought some diodes. is going to increase my voltage, alternator voltage. The one I see that everybody using is the IN4001. It's diodes. This is a pack of 125. It's only a few dollars for the pack, you know. And they'll sometimes they'll go out, they'll go bad or whatever, but you got 125 to go through. So this is gonna increase my voltage. Hopefully. I'm not familiar with this yet, but it's something else I'm gonna do before I put everything back together. So another Amazon buy, a few dollars, wasn't much. But again, okay, this is the code that's on the stuff like in the bin store. They'll have like this barcode on it, and you can scan it in your Amazon app, and it'll let you know what the product is and what it sells for. But sometimes, you know, this, you can tell what it is because of the pack, you know. But if this was in a box and you couldn't see any of this writing, this would be on the outside of the box, and you would scan this in the app, and it would let you know what was in the box. Okay, so there you go. What else? This right here is a fuse block. This is going to be for connecting my fans that I'm going to be using to run to keep my amps cool. I'm trying to get in this. Hold on, let's hold on now for a second. Here we go, back again. So I just popped the cover off. That's the cover there. But this is what it is. You got your positive stud there, got your negative stud there, and again, this is kind of like that other distribution block there. It got lights to let you know if the fuses are blown. But you got your negative terminals and your positive terminals there. So when you're hooking up any other electronics, this is something you want to have versus tapping into other stuff. So again, I'm going to have the room for it. So this will be going over here somewhere. Like how the other fuse block, distribution block was going to be going. So just a few things that I got. And this here was some rolls of wire I got. So when I'm running any other components, I can choose the right color versus having black or red, or running red when I should have been running black, or running black when I should have been running red. This is kind of keep everything color coded. But again, what I said when I took this stuff out to remount my amps, I was going to take my time and do everything right, make it pretty. And it's kind of tough being without my music right now. But in the end, it's going to be worth it once everything's back up and playing.
All right, last video for today, guys. That was it. Catch y'all next time. Later.